Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is June 12, 2023, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, not much happening besides this big week ahead where we have the FOMC coming out with a rate statement from the United States. And we'll see a bit of a lull going into this number. There's no major economic event scheduled for today. So as we look at the various markets going into this number, the Australian dollar weakens versus USD, and the Turkish Lira continues making new lows versus the US dollar once again. Now looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ edge closer to major resistance-ish level. Now looking at commodities, gold pretty much unchanged, while oil dips below $70 a barrel. Now looking at the stocks, Tesla had a gap up, but a frustration after that and a little bit tinkering off. Now lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin sitting on the bottom of support. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're going to start with the Australian dollar, and it's gotten weaker. Now, what's the point of reference here? The point of reference here is really this resistance-ish level at 67.14. Now, the next resistance-ish level is 68-ish, and that's multi-year resistance. So we're inching closer to it. Not sure if we're going to get to it, but we're inching closer to it. Now, every time we got to 67.90-ish level, that's the level that I'd be looking for it to correct itself. Now, it has been in an interesting decline versus US dollar, whereas the other majors have not. Now, looking at the Turkish Lira, once again, it does this to 23.64. It just keeps on getting softer and softer, just gaps up and gaps up. There was a little bit of resistance at 23.40-ish level, but it broke it and then took it up higher. So with that said, my real resistance level at these levels is 25, and keep that in mind. Now jumping into commodities, not much going on with gold. It's really unchanged, 1959, but crude oil dips below $70 a barrel and then takes it further. Now we do have support at 67.65, and this is trading beautifully in a range, right? The top range is 74, and sure enough, it's receded all the way down to 69-ish level. Now, jumping into the U.S. markets, this gets very interesting. Pre-market right now, the markets are trading higher. The Dow Jones on resistance at 34,300-ish level as we're going into the FOMC number coming up this Wednesday. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, also quite strong here at 14,784. Now, remember, our all-time highs is only about 1,300 to 1,400 points from here, and that's not such a big step, but this is the hurdle that we have to overcome. The big hurdle is right here, this level, which kind of duplicates, if you saw on the Dow Jones, that same resistance-ish level. Now, looking at the individual stocks, they've given up some of their gains. Apple kind of just trading sideways, Facebook trading sideways. So markets are waiting for this number. Okay, nothing is going before the number. Microsoft just trading sideways, really, for all intents and purposes. But looking at Tesla, this becomes quite interesting because what did Tesla do? It gapped up last Friday and then kind of petered out to 244. Now, this is something interesting because this has also gotten stronger and made new highs for this year as it's kind of rebounding. So this is something I'm going to be looking at the next couple of days to see if there's going to be any kind of follow through. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin sitting on supportish level at 25,700 level, really at the bottom of that range. And this becomes a little bit testy that to see that it's not going to break this 25,500 level and going to respect it and possibly jump above it. So keep that in mind. But remember, if we do break it, that'll mean we'll go into 20 or 17-ish thousand to the Bitcoin, which we've been to before. Okay, that was when we were back here in November of 2022. So, with everything going on with the Binance, with the SEC, lots of things are still developing here when it comes to Bitcoin. So just be wary of it. Just be careful, respect it, because it does trade quite aggressively. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.